Hi there. We're going to do a quick progression. We had a question of the day about the hammer swing. Quick progression building up to it from the root movement, which is a standing twist. So spine stacked, turning on top of my feet. Next progression would be to load this. So I'd grab an appropriate weight. And what I want to feel in all of these is I want to feel my sidelines, so my obliques, my transverse abdominis, and deep core strongly engaged. And I want to feel a little pull and release as I'm loading energy and then unloading energy, receiving it and then delivering it. So standing twist, loaded. The next step would be to do a standing twist swing. So here I'm just offering a little more momentum now. So the bell is swinging up and then down. Here, the same side foot is going to be the primary driver. So I'm pushing through this foot to launch it, and then I'm receiving it in this foot and driving it back out. I'm not doing a really deep hinge. So, if you hear the word swing and you're like, oh, I have to hinge. Not here. That's when you go between the legs and there's no place for the momentum to go. Here, the momentum again is being absorbed on my sidelines. Yeah, my glutes are working definitely, but the primary drivers and receivers of this is going to be more core. From the side, here's what it looks like. So I'm standing. I just started to instinctively move into the locomotive version of this. So that would be stepping. So here, see, I'm turning to the front foot and the rear foot just steps back. And this will create a lot more emphasis on that front side and bring a little bit more leg and hip into it because I can sink down and load and unload that leg a little bit more. So now it's almost like I'm running in place and driving off of that front foot. So the next one would be adding the pivot. And the pivot is the one that turns around the body. But if you don't feel like your core is getting a great practice here, this isn't the right one. Don't add the pivot just because it's more advanced. You still want to feel like you're coiling and uncoiling. And sometimes when I really want to emphasize my sidelines, I also won't do the pivot one either because I really have to focus on coiling up enough. Because I can kind of get away with doing this, relying on strength elsewhere, versus that twisting, spiraling, rotational strength, coiling. All these words are just circling around that movement. So that's the final one. And then once you feel like you can get that, then of course you can put a little bit more force into it and have the bell float out in front of you. If you have more questions about that, please let me know. Otherwise, you have a great Friday.